I'm going to show you how I cut my Tri-Rex pieces of fabric. First of all, I start with a shape cut ruler. It's a ruler with slots in it all the way along. And for this quilt, I'm going to be cutting 5-inch strips. So I'm going to just line it up here. So it's a straight line across here. And I'm just going to cut on 0. Going to cut on 5. Whoops. Probably need to put in a new blade. And again on 10. And this ruler is awesome if you want to cut. It's got 1/2 inch segments. You can tell I've marked 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. And it's just awesome. So once I have my 5-inch strips, I'm going to cut the Rex part, and I'm just going to layer these up because I can cut four layers of fabric at a time. And I'm just going to line it up so it's lined up nice and straight. And you start off with your straight edge. Just going to make a straight edge here using the end of the Tri-X. That gets rid of your salvages. And pull it back here. And now I'm going to line the top with the top up here. And this is on the 5-inch line at the bottom. And I'm going to cut up here. And there's a little tiny notch at the top, and I cut that. And in a few minutes I'll show you exactly why you want to cut that notch. Now I'm going to cut the next one. Just turn the ruler over. And again, I'm going to cut this little tiny notch. Then I will carry on doing the rest of this strip of fabric. Okay, I'm ready to do the next part. Again, using my June Taylor shape cut ruler. I've got 10-inch squares from Island Boutique. They call them stacks. And I am going to cut this in 5-inch strips again. So I'm going to start again on 0. And just to trim it up. And 5. And then 10. Some of the strips are just a little bit over 10 inches. Okay, and I've layered 4 fabrics here. So I'm just going to cut 4 at a time. And I'm going to use the Tri-Rex ruler. I'm going to lay this out with a 5-inch line on the bottom of my strip. And just going to cut up this way and down this way, and I'll save these pieces for another project. No notches to cut on this one, and I'll do this again. Just turn the ruler around. My 5-inch line is at the top of my strip, and just cut. I'll do these, and then I can do some chain piecing at the machine. Now I'll show you how to piece these together. So you take one of your triangles, that's the big one, and one of the Rex ones. And the beauty of using Island Batik fabrics is there's no right or wrong side. So it just goes in like a dream. Now remember the notch we cut out? When you line this up, you line it up and the notch goes right there. Lines up right on there. And you line up this long piece here and you sew. And I take my next piece, line up the notch again on at the corner there. Sometimes the stiletto helps to do that. And I have 100 of these to do for this quilt. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'll take the next piece. Line up the notch at the top here, the edge with the edge, and of the Rex triangle, the short end is at the other end, if that makes sense. If you're using a fabric that is two-sided, not Island Batik, you would need to make sure that you put one of your pieces on right side up and one wrong side up. Like as you cut the two pieces, you've got them right sides together, and you have to make sure that when you sew it, it's right sides onto your fabric. My next tool is this Cutting Gizmo by the Gypsy Quilter. And this has a blade in the top. And when I chain piece, it's a time saver because you just cut the pieces across like that. Okay, now I've got my pieces all cut. I'm going to just press them open. And once I have these pressed, I'll take them over to the sewing machine. So these are the pieces that I just pressed, and I'm going to again line up the notch on this side it's easier to handle with the stiletto. Line it up against the side and then sew. to the ironing board. Just using my Cutting Gizmo again, cutting all these chain pieces. And I'll just press them open. And as you can see, the only thing you need to trim at the end is this little notch at the top. And you've got your Tri-Rex triangles completed.